Today on the channel, I see clearly with Adam Copeland, AEW Ringside Collectibles exclusive.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another AEW Jazzwares unboxing and review. And today on the channel, from Ringside Collectibles, we got the Ringside Collectibles exclusive Adam Copeland. But for all your Adam Copeland needs, you got it. You better hit up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. Got to get a deal out there. And of course, going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And of course, we'll do some comparisons later on in this very video as well. But this is the latest and greatest Jazzwares Ringside exclusive from, of course, AEW. And one thing we always say on the channel is how good of a job the Jazzwares team does with all these different exclusives. The packaging may be uniform in the Unmatched and Unrivaled series, but the exclusives that go to Ringside, they're all over the place, which gives a little extra excitement. And you're always wondering, what are they going to come up with next? And this one is pretty cool as well. So you do got Adam Copeland on the front, almost like, was that Death Proof, the movie back in the day? You remember that one from Quentin Tarantino? I'll never forget that one. Of course, 8 pieces down here. AC right here. Of course, Adam Cole, I think is what that stands for. What? Todd McFarlane? What? Oh, Adam Copeland. Okay, that makes sense. That's what we're reviewing after all. Adam Copeland over here, 185, which I do not like because this should be separate or not numbered at all. Apparently part of the Unrivaled series, I guess is what we're calling that, but I'm not a big fan of that, as I always do say. Got a very devious Adam Copeland over here, and even more devious with the full-on shot here of Adam Copeland. But very cool packaging design. Got his autograph back there, says Ringside exclusive, and then of course, slide it on right there, give it the old heave-ho. See you later, and we get a more traditional package right here. And very, very different for our old friend Adam Copeland, the former Edge here, in this blue gown. Yes, it's a gown. That's what I'm calling it. He's got his blue robe here. So we're used to him with maybe black robes more often than not. Never anything this colorful with the blue and white attack. But he's repping Canada up there, and he's going to be repping it again later this month on pay-per-view. So we'll see what happens with that. Maybe we'll get another figure from that pay-per-view as well. But this one definitely feels different. It has his TBS championship. Got his Spike, and we'll talk more about that when we get out of the package, extra heads, all that kind of stuff. Packaging on the side, AC once again, and that same image. But let's get it out of the package. Let's see what's going on with our old friend Adam Copeland, that is. And I forgot about this. Always hard to get out of the package, don't they? Always got to be difficult. See you later. The scoop shuffle off to the side. And I guess I could show it first. There's old Spike right there. We got him locked into the back of the package. And see you later, goodbye. And see you later, goodbye. Plastic Adam Copeland prison. He's got some twist ties going on there, McFarlane style, of course, as we do know. And get those out. There's one, there's two, and oh my gosh, locked in at the feet even. They're going that far. Going that extra step, locking him in down here, locking him in low. Got to do it, I guess. Got to do it. Pop these hands out. Pop our friend Spike, first time in the line accessory. Guessing probably not last time in the line. We'll see what happens. Oh, come on. There we go. And there we go. We're off to the races here. Twist ties everywhere. See you later. Goodbye. All right, let's start with the accessories first, and then we'll dive our way into Mr. Copeland here. And I guess we'll start with all the hands. 2 gripping hands out of the package. We got the heavy metal hands as well. He's ready to do his entrance. Got those hands going on. Of course, the right hand's got all the wrapping on the hand. Seen that before. Then we got 2 fists of fury. Of course, you're going to have a street fight. You better have your fist ready to go. And he's even got one taped up, of course. So we do get the hands there. But now the exciting portion of this is probably the Spike right here. Now, some of you guys, longtime viewers of this channel, remember I was at an AEW show in Omaha in the middle of a blizzard where Spike got introduced to Jon Moxley's back. It was one of the grossest things I've ever seen. I was right there in the front row enjoying that. So I got to see Spike and his damage nice and up close. Got Spike right there. Got the spikes, obviously. It also works as a beard comb, I think is what this works. So you can double it up for that if you want to. Black Attack, red lettering on it. Very cool, first time in the line accessory. And like I said, we'll probably see it again. But we also got the briefcase right here, like an old gunslinger or a pool shark maybe. But you do get the suitcase right here, and it's an actual working suitcase. Open that right there. I'm having flashback to being a little kid. Had to have been like 4 years old, and I was at my grandparents' house. They lived in the middle of the country, out in the middle of nowhere. A town of, I think, like 180 people. So that's how small this town was. But a lot of stuff to do, a lot of playing and stuff out in the country, of course. But I remember we went to their local grocery store, which you can imagine, not like a everyday grocery store, very, very small and stuff. And of course, a little kid, he wants toys when he goes to the grocery store. Well, this grocery store didn't have any real toys. There was no Hasbro and Mattel there. It was all the knockoff bootleg type stuff, as you can imagine. Stuff with the blank card backs on the back, just stuff like that. But stuff to shut the kids up at the grocery store. And I remember my grandma let me buy this little, it was like a doctor's kit, like a mini doctor's kit. And I remember it had like a little doctor's bag. And it was just like this. And when I unhinged the flaps, it reminded me of that because I cut my finger on it. Obviously this was probably a bootleg thing, no safety or whatever. And I remember opening up this flap and I cut my finger and I still got a little scar right here. I remember bleeding like crazy. I probably needed stitches, but we were in the country. We weren't getting stitches. Put some super glue on it and a little dirt and you'll be better, as my grandpa said. He probably said, "Hey, Buck," and he always called me Buck. Buck, go put some dirt on it. You'll be fine. But I just had a weird flashback. I'm sure we've all had that kind of stuff before. But I remember cutting my finger on there and, it was a disaster, let me tell you. But back into this here. So it does have an opening right here. Opens up inside. Can we put it in there? There you go. So that does fit inside there, which is nice. But for some reason, I was thinking the spike had spikes all the way around it, not just on like the sides and the front. Am I wrong on that? Did they make it that way to fit in this? I'm not exactly sure. But I do like to be able to store stuff in here. And you can also store the extra hands in here. So it's almost like G.I. Joe Classified style where you can store everything with the figure. Stuff like that does excite me. You got Spike on the front right there. You got the little skulls going on here as well. Got the black handle that moves up and down. Very neat, very cool accessory. But now we're going to dive into our friend Edge over here. 2 heads are better than 1 for Edge, of course. I think we've seen this head out of the package. And once again, we'll do some comparisons later in this video here. But he's got that very pointy goatee, or I guess beard in this case. Very pointy on the end. 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, and a mouth. I guess this is Adam Copeland modern day, and I think when I think of Adam Copeland in my head, he's got the longer blonde hair. You think back to the old Edge days, maybe the Brood days. But this is a modern take, of course, on Adam Copeland. Second head's an interesting one here. He's got the eyes totally closed. He's got the screaming head. Man, that beautiful Toronto dental plan once upon a time, really paying dividends in his older age. 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, and a mouth, but that's a screaming, yelling head. I guess great for action shots, great for figure photography. But as far as displayability-wise, I don't know if I display this. Kind of like that Roman Ultimate Edition. Very cool to see him screaming like this, but I never displayed him that way. And I guess Edge had a head like that in the Ultimate line as well, so we remember back to that. But cool what it is. I always like to get 2 heads. That's not a bad thing. There's no way. So now, diving into old Adam Copeland right here. Very cool. I guess let's start with this jacket. Very, very nice. Toronto-inspired, of course. Got the Toronto Maple Leafs colors going on. A very, very cool looking figure right here as far as that coat goes. Very nice quality. It doesn't feel really pleathery. It actually feels almost like it's not garbage baggy, but a step above that. I don't know how to explain that, but it is a nice quality material. Not going to have any staining with that, with being white on the inside. Very thankful for that as well. Just a very, very cool, high-quality jacket here, and this being a Ringside exclusive, makes sense that they would do something like that. A little extra pizzazz for a set like this, but a nice jacket, and you can leave it on, you can leave it off. If you're a hardcore Adam Copeland fan, you buy multiples of these, one with the jacket on, one with the jacket off, 1 min on card. You know how it goes. Put those elbow pads back on now that we got everything off of him, and this is just a very striking figure. Now, first thing, we got the TNT title belt as well. We have seen this a time or two over the years, obviously, the TNT title belts. Always guys making them their own as well. It's very cool to see that. But AEW champion, TNT, nice to get that. And it's weird that he had that reign. Feels like forever ago, feels like not that long ago, and feels a little bit strange. And I wonder if he'll ever get the world title over there at AEW. We'll have to see what happens in the future, I guess. But getting down to old Adam Copeland here, we got all the classic tattoos going on. We're used to all of those. But we got some big old elbow pads on this one, the white and blue attack. But man, they are just ungodly huge. And I can't remember, obviously, off the top of my head. I'm not the best at that, but did he have that big of elbow pads? I think he wears decent elbow pad size one, but I feel like for action figures, you can dial it back a little bit because it almost is like he has arm casts on. That's how big they are. And it does hinder the articulation on this one, which is a little bit strange. And they do slop down on us a little bit as well. So I'm not a huge fan of those. We do got the white painted on wrist tape. He's got some chest hair going on there, man. Oh, man, Todd McFarlane, what if this was real fur chest hair, man? If Mattel won't do it, Jazzware, step up, beat him to the punch, get that done. I'd love to see it. But we do got that. A very long torso on Adam Copeland as well right here, as we can see with this figure. Diving into the bottom half here, the bright blue tights looking very good. Got Cope on the side, got a little hockey player on the side over here. I guess that's him once upon a time, maybe. You got the knee pads there with the maple leaf looking very nice. You got almost like a broken Casey Jones mask down there is what it reminds me of, with some more maple leaves down there looking very good. And then the white and blue continue all the way down there. Now, articulation, arms go all the way around on this one. Bicep cut, double jointed, pinned elbows. But with these elbow pads, there's no articulation. So, I don't know. I still don't really like that a whole lot. Hands removable back forth side to side. Head removable back forth side to side. Hula hoop up top. Traditional waist. Get those big old splits. I guess that's as much as you're going to get right there. Leg goes up. Not much. What are we doing? Vietnam stuff here? What is going on? Where was this made at? Made in China. But a little interesting. We don't get a lot of movement out of those knees. Kind of tight. Is that the new thing? I guess you can kind of go up and out, and you can pull the leg right off if you want to. But now the new articulation here, the legs do pop on and off if you want to. But a little bit tight. You're not getting as much movement as I want out of that leg. You can't go up for a big boot. You can just go up for the shin kick. But if you go way out and up, you can kind of get stuff, but it's a little awkward in the positioning. So I'm not a huge fan of that there. Thigh cut looking nice. Double jointed pin knees, of course. Boot cut, and then you got the ankles back forth side to side, up and down. This ankle is a little wonky on mine. As usual, your mileage may vary. We know how that goes. But not bad. A good looking Adam Copeland when you look at it straight on. And I love how different this feels and looks. It's very, very cool. It's definitely against the grain of what Adam Copeland normally wears to the ring. It's a moment in time, and no better way to celebrate a moment in time than in, of course, action figure form, as we do know. And that's what we got right here as a ringside exclusive. Does fit on a Jazzware stand. Make sure you get the Jazzware stands over there at ringside. Use code Kyle, save yourself 10%. But not a bad piece of business. A moment in time for sure. And definitely one that makes sense as an exclusive. With all the extra stuff here, you got to have it exclusive. Couldn't be in an unmatched, unrivaled set with all this pizzazz. We do know. But we do got more Adam Copeland figures. We got the last two. There was also a chase along the way. But we do get a couple of versions here. I gave him a barbed wire. How about a spiked baseball bat? Just to relive that moment when I was there in the front row. So I did give it to that one here. But I have to imagine we got more rated R superstars, Adam Copeland figures coming to us in the future from the Jazzwares team. Would not be shocked once we get that Will Ospreay Supreme, if not the next one or the next one after that. Could possibly be an Adam Copeland. You know, they want to put the prime stars out there in the Supreme line, and that's a big name, of course, from his years in the WWE, now in AEW, so that would make sense in my brain, maybe your brain as well. So there it is, the ringside exclusive Adam Copeland. Grab yours, of course, over there at ringside. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Is this a figure worth picking up for you? Do you want to get it? Do you not want to get it? Are you playing the long game on it? Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. We got videos every single day and then some. We got even more content for you over on Patreon, YouTube channel memberships. Check out Sir Paul 64 on the X, the _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com. Conveniently enough, the name of my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show, wherever podcasts are found, with video cast on YouTube. And my book, The Complete Guide to the ECW Original San Francisco Toy Makers, and The Complete Guide to Jakks Class Superstars series, both available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. So for Adam Copeland, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?